We would like to welcome you to the 2017 Lake Orion High School Leadership Homecoming Parade, sponsored by the leadership class at Lake Orion High School. As you see coming down the road now, Officer Narsh and the Lake Orion Police Department kicking off our parade in the white old police car. With them is our most honored 94-year-old veteran from Lake Orion community. So as they approach here, we want to make sure we welcome them. We were fortunate enough this year also to get an honor guard to kick off our parade. So we will salute the American flag as it approaches coming east on Broadway here. Again, welcome please to the 2017 Lake Orion High School Leadership Parade. I do want to remind our community, today's parade is student-run, student-organized, and student-produced. We have a committee of 5 young Lake Orion High School students putting this parade together for you today. So if you get a chance to shout out to Chloe Carpenter, Serena Naylor, Caitlin Cesaric, James McCoy, or Christina Caramonti, those are our 5 students who put on the parade today, as well as members of the Lake Orion leadership class. Again, approaching from the east, Officer Narsh and the Lake Orion Police Department, along with our honor guard, followed up by the Board of Education directly behind them. And you'll see just off in the distance the 2017 Lake Orion High School Marching Band. Next up, we have our Board of Education, Superintendent Marion Giannopoulos, Associate Superintendent Heidi Mercer, Board of Education President Scott Taylor, members of the Board of Education led in front of them by banner holders Evan Gross and Olivia Wall from the Lake Orion Leadership class. Again, members of our Board of Education and Central Office staff, we thank them for their support of Lake Orion Community Schools. Again, our Board of Education and Central Office staff. Thank you for all you do for our community and our students. Next up, the Lake Orion High School Marching Band. And the Leadership 9 class, right in the front of the banners here. These are our future leaders, the Lake Orion Leadership 9 class. And the High School Marching Band. This year's theme is Eternal Winter. Shout out to Matt George. And the Color Guard. have the Lake Orion Twirlers marching to the beat of the Dragon Fight song. And our first elementary school, please welcome the team from Carpenter! Carpenter Elementary School today. We want to let you know the Lake Orion Marching Band took first place this weekend at their competition at Lakeland. Again, Lake Orion Marching Band and the team from Carpenter. Next up, we have the team from Paint Creek Elementary School. Paint Creek Elementary School. Give it up to Paint Creek Elementary School, and just behind them, the team from Orion Oaks Elementary School. Right where you belong. And next up, the team from Stadium Drive Elementary School. Located on Stadium Drive. Weber Elementary School. Let's give it up for the team from Weber. Parents and family from Weber Elementary. And the team from Blanche Sims Elementary School. We line up at their school for our parade today. Again, the team from Blanche Sims Elementary School. Again, let's have Oakview hold up and just wait. Just wait till they round the corner, okay, guys? We'll let the team there from Sims go. All right, next up, we have the team from Oakview Middle School. We have our athletes, our academics, and all of our crew, NJHS, and kids from Oakview Middle School. Next up, we have the team from Walden Middle School. Mrs. Lazara leading the crew here, and the team from Walden Middle School. All right, Walden, the street is yours. NJHS and our athletes from Walden Middle. And next up, we have the team from Scripps Middle School. Go ahead, Scripps, the street is yours. And we have the cross-country team from Lake Orion High School. These ladies run for fun. The cross-country team from Lake Orion High School. And our men's cross-country team, built for tough. The men's cross-country team from Lake Orion High School. Next up, we have a new addition to this year's 2017 parade, the men's water polo team. Again, men's water polo. Men's water polo. And the ladies from Swim and Dive. One of the most award-winning programs we have at Lake Orion. These ladies practice at 5 a.m. They're in the pool swimming every day. The Swimmin' Women from Lake Orion High School. Next up, we have the soccer team from Lake Orion High School. Shout out to Nick Caramonte there. Again, the soccer team from Lake Orion High School. Men's soccer. And girls golf. Lake Orion High School girls golf, junior varsity and varsity golf team, coached with Monty Gallagher. Girls golf. We have a plethora of groups up next. The National Honor Society of Lake Orion High School. The Cultural Outreach from Lake Orion High School. Our Muslim Student Alliance, and as well as our Gay Straight Alliance joining them. And a new addition to our parade today, the Lake Orion Draggling Cycling Team. Again, our bike riders who have brought their bikes to show off today with, by the way, their super cool jerseys. Shout out to the cycling team. our award-winning robotics program. This is the robotics team from Scripps Middle School. Again, they build robots for fun. And we have the Lake Orion High School robotics team coming behind them here. Team 302. I will tell you, these kids are committed. I teach at Lake Orion High School, and they are in our building every Sunday, building robots, putting together STEM projects. This is a talented group of young future engineers. The first robotics competition winner. These kids went on to win major awards. Again, Team 302 from Lake Orion High School, our robotics program. Excellent. We have some of the Walden robotics kids in with them too. Again, robotics from Lake Orion High School and beyond. Just approaching us here, we'd like to give a warm shout out to our 47 plus international students who are joining us from countries around the globe. All of these students are here on a 1-year or 2-year stay attending Lake Orion High School. We have Finland, Norway, Sweden, Switzerland, France, Germany, Taiwan, Thailand, China, Japan. All of our international students representing us today from all across the globe. Again, a shout out to our international students representing us today here at Lake Orion High School. They come from near and far to be a dragon this year. The lovely entourage we have coming down the street now is our varsity dance team, junior varsity dance team, and our middle school dance team. A huge addition to our parade this year. We welcome back our varsity dance team and our dancers and their future dancers with our junior varsity and middle school dance team as well. Again, shout out to leadership members Julia Rahman and Kate Barker, our varsity dance team, junior varsity dance team, and middle school dance. We have our first court representatives joining us today from the freshman class of 2021. We have Eloise Emery and Ethan Hodge. Ellie and Ethan are our freshman court nominees. They were elected by their peers, driving in a car with Mr. John Kostecki. Mr. Kostecki is a community member here with kids at Lake Orion High School as well. Again, we have Ethan Hodge and Eloise Emery, our freshman court. Lindsay Hodge, we can hear you. Next up, we have our sophomore court representatives. Again, members of the class of 2020. We have Griffin Dolan and Alexis Kotsky, members of our sophomore court today, representing the class of 2020. We have Griffin and Alexis. Driven in a car today by Mr. Wolf. Again, congratulations to our sophomore court representatives, Griffin and Alexis. Next up, we have our junior court representative, Piper Guest and Nick Weiss. Nick and Piper are members of our junior court representatives. Again, with lots of candy to give out. Come on, Piper, they're waiting for you. Again, our junior court representatives, Piper and Nick. Our next are our first of 4 senior couples on court. We have Brendan Rainey and Haley Paulson. Brendan and Haley are members of our senior court representing the class of 2018. Again, please welcome Haley and Brendan. Next up, we have our next two senior court representatives, Matt Martacci and Sierra Avent. Again, Matt and Sierra are members of our senior court. Matt and Sierra are our next court representatives from the class of 2018. Sierra is a member of our award-winning Dragon Marching Band. Next up, and we are at the end of our parade here as we wrap through, but this is good because the rain is beginning. We have Lauren Crane and Chris Cade. Lauren and Chris are members of our 2018 senior court. They are representing us as members of our senior court today. Again, we have Lauren and Chris. Our next class representatives are Noah Smith and Isabella Tartoni. Again, our final couple. Isabel and Noah are our final court couple today as class of 2018. And last, banner carrying are members of our Lake Orion leadership class. Again, our parade today is student-run, student-sponsored, student-organized, and student-produced, all by members of the Lake Orion leadership class. And our final convertible are the executive board officers of the Lake Orion leadership class, President Ali Lazera, Secretary Cassidy Carson, Treasurer Doug Mason, and Vice President Nicholas Butterworth. Again, members of our Lake Orion leadership class.
I love you guys!
Looks like the rain is going to hold off because we still got a football team to cheer on here. Coming up ahead of them is the youth cheerleading program, Lake Orion Youth Dragons. We have our Dragon Youth Cheer program, should be followed by our Dragon Youth Football program. Again, as we round the corner here on Broadway and Flint, we have the youth cheerleading program. Welcome our Dragon football team, our youth Dragons, ages 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. Again, the youth Dragon football program. We have the Dragons youth in green and the Dragons youth in white today. Our white jerseys are our white program and our green jerseys are our green. Again, our youth football. Again, youth football and youth cheer, our future Dragon football and cheerleaders here. Shout out to number 48 on the green team, Joey Hogan. And Coach Papadillis and Coach Gagnon. Shout out to the green players. And our youth, we have our middle school cheer team, our 6th grade cheerleaders. And our 7th grade cheerleaders, and our 8th grade cheerleaders. Tell you what, Lake Orion is a football and cheer town. Our junior varsity cheerleaders, and our state competitors, varsity cheerleaders from Lake Orion High School. This team repeats to the state championship. They go to state finals every single year. Great group of girls, those Dragon cheerleaders. And our last entry in today's 2017 homecoming parade, we have the freshmen, junior varsity and varsity football players who seem to be more concerned about the candy than walking in the parade. Come on, boys, it's starting to rain. Again, our junior varsity, freshmen, and varsity football players. Freshman game will be at Seaholm next week, and the varsity game will be 7 p.m. Friday night at Dragon Stadium, taking on the Maples from Birmingham Seaholm High School. Again, our freshman football team, who beat Clarkston this week, by the way. Congratulations to our freshmen for beating Clarkston. And our junior varsity players, our JV players also beat Clarkston this week. Congratulations to the JV boys and their coaching staff, Coach Vinnie Booker and friends. And our varsity football team rounding up our parade here. Again, our varsity athletes led by Coach John Blackstock. Again, shout out to our varsity football team. Again, hey Hunter. Good job, Lake Orion. We got to put away the sound system so we don't get wet. Thanks again for attending our parade.